Hey everybody, welcome back to World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade Classic. Robert Rambles here, and thank you so much for joining me today. We are headed out to the west to kill some Hillsbrad peasants. We need 15 of them. We're also getting some human skulls along the way. And we might come across Farmer Kalaba. We'll also kill whatever mountain lions we happen to come across for that quest. And I went ahead and grabbed the experience buff, 10% experience buff when you kill monsters. I'm assuming monsters means anything. It's kind of like not the best wording there on that, but yeah. I'm gonna assume it means killing anything. I'm sure some of you guys may have heard that Blizzard is in the news again, and not for good reasons. In fact, for some really awful reasons. I'm not going to get into talking about those issues. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about and you want to know, just go ahead and look up Blizzard State of California lawsuit, and you'll be able to quickly read or watch some videos. Many more people on the internet have had many more valuable things to say than what I could say. So I'm not gonna really say a lot. Right now, I'm just trying to enjoy a game that I love. Fully aware that the world is full of terrible people who make awful choices that negatively impact those around them. That's just the world. There's a lot of people like that. And it's really unfortunate when it affects our favorite things, as it has done in this case. But like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about it. I don't want to say that I don't want to think about it, because everybody should think about it when making their decision as to what they should do. But for me, for right now, I'm just going to keep trying to enjoy the game that I love. And I'm going to hope that justice is served, and that the people who have done wrong will pay for it. Yeah, that's really all I could say. I could say more, but like I said, there have been many people on the internet with many more profound and enlightened views on this than me. If you're interested, probably just want to watch one of their videos or read an article about it. Peasants are going to be down here in the southern field. Let's swing down that way. We've gotten ourselves in kind of a bad situation here. Let's try to back him up when he runs. I don't want him to run right at these three guys, but I have a feeling that's what he will probably do. There we go. Let's get some mana back here before it is the death of us. I dropped a bunch of linen off at the bank, put our bars that we made from smelting in the bank as well for right now, and I made a bunch of heavy wool bandages Would have learned Silk when I went back to the Undercity, but you have to be right at 150 to learn Silk, which means you have to max this out before you can learn the next rank. And we're not really getting any Silk yet, so it really doesn't matter too much. And we do have to remember to loot these guys because we need to get their skulls. As morbid as that is, we need to put their skulls into our bags. Bought a bunch of sweet nectar from the vendor, so we should be good there for a while. Also bought some food in case we want to use that instead of bandages or healing up. Didn't have any new skills at the trainer that we really needed, so I didn't train anything new. These guys are incredibly fast runners. He's running away faster than I can catch him. I can't blame him for wanting to do that, but it is kind of annoying. Would probably help if we had Blessing of Might up. Farmer Kolaba is up over here somewhere, so I am gonna oh, there she is, right ahead of us. How many people am I gonna pull if I just run up to her? Apparently none. I honestly don't even feel like chasing him down. There we go. Like I said, he'll come back eventually. There we go. They always come back. We seem to have cleared out all the peasants here in this area. Let's take out some of these footmen just because they are just kind of in the way here. Kind of wondering where else we might be able to find some peasants. Some over here. Okay, now we could really use some respawns. Where are the respawns? Basically now I'm just killing guys for skulls while we wait for the peasants to respawn down here, because I don't really know of another place where we can get a lot of peasants all in one area. I don't see anything up here except for farm hands and farmers. Didn't really want to lose this guy to this warlock, but I wanted to have mana, so I guess I just lose that one. It's a farmer down here, not a peasant. There's a peasant. What did we pick up? An axe? We can't equip axes on a paladin, can we? It's a one-hander anyway, and no, we can't. Alright, that's 15 out of 15. We have 14 out of 30 human skulls, but we're going to be back in this area for Councilman and also to get Clerk Horace Whitesteed. So for now, let's head back to town and let's try to get some mountain lions on the way. We should probably go ahead and try to finish this off. And yeah, if I seem a little bit quieter today than normal, it probably is because I have all this Blizzard crap on my mind. Like I said, there is no way not to think about it, nor is it something that we should just ignore. It's an unfortunate side effect of corporations where you have people who rise really high up in the ranks, and if there's not enough accountability for those people to act in a moral way, basically just act like decent human beings. If there's no system that holds them accountable, then you're going to have some people who choose not to do that. You're always going to have some people who, if they have power, they're going to abuse that power. And abuses of power usually hurt other people. And they definitely never help either people or a product or anything. And it's really sad that it seems to be unavoidable. We see this sort of thing happen in a lot of different corporations and a lot of different gaming companies suffer from these things that the state of California has alleged many Blizzard and Activision associates have engaged in. And so unfortunately, it's not something that's clear-cut. Like, canceling your sub is not going to fix the problem. Not playing the game is not going to fix the problem. It might be a way for you to not have to mentally engage with it anymore. To just say, I'll go play a different game. Well, the different game you're going to play is created by a company who very likely has some of these problems, because these problems happen in basically every corporation to some extent or another. Where you have, you have sexism, you have racism, you have people in power abusing that power for their own ends in highly unethical ways. And if it's part of the corporate culture, it doesn't get called out. And especially in the United States, where you can't really have unions, you're reliant on an HR department to help you when you're being abused or not treated correctly. The problem with relying on an HR department for that is that the freaking HR department's being paid by the corporation. They're always going to have the face of the corporation as their core concern. And their secondary concern is going to be you, the employee. Especially if you're making allegations against someone who's really high up in the company, and it can hurt the company's public face. That HR department, unfortunately, the way corporations are structured in the United States, they are not usually going to stand up very strong for the worker. And that's just kind of the way of it. I worked for H&R Block for nearly a decade, and I spent 5 of those years working at their corporate headquarters. And I didn't see anything like that in my time there. But what I will tell you is that how I comported myself when I worked at corporate was to make sure that I was respectful of everybody. I was always acutely aware that you just have to treat people decently, that things should be fair, and mainly you act like a human being and you treat people with respect regardless of their gender or their orientation or their preferences. It just was common sense to me. But that being said, I know people who have felt that they were the victims of sexism or racism, and the decision to go to your HR department when you feel that way is never clear-cut. Because like I said, in the back of your mind is always this thought that HR works for the company. They are part of the corporation. You don't ever feel like going to them is not going to have some kind of reprisal. Once your boss and everybody finds out that you did that, you're always fearful that it's going to come back on you. No matter if you're being mistreated, sometimes people will just swallow that as opposed to risking their jobs by going to their HR department. And, that's why we used to have unions, because when you're being mistreated, you go to the union and they help you. They are there to help you. HR departments, not so much. And so, yeah, it's a really sorry state of things. Unfortunately, it is affecting my enjoyment of the game. And I don't know. Like I said, the resolution is not really to me to cancel my sub or to stop playing it. I don't know that any one of us has the power to make any significant change. We should strive for change. The best way that you can change things in the world is by comporting yourself in an upright way and just making good decisions and treating people well. And by setting that example, you can hope that the people around you will try to do that as well. Like, don't see something happening and think, hey, that guy's doing that. I could behave that way too. Maybe I should. Don't behave that way. And if you see these things happening, like, call them out. Call them out to somebody in some way. Make it known that you do not support that kind of behavior. If you see it, say something about it. And just for yourself, act in a right way. That's really all each and every one of us can do, is just be self-accountable. But yeah, we'll see how everything shakes out. Obviously, everybody is innocent until they've had their day in court. But let me say this. If a state entity is investigating you as a company and they're investigating many, many people, something happened. You don't get investigated by a department of the state for equal opportunity for no reason. It doesn't happen that way. So things have happened. And I guess we just have to wait and see how it all shakes out. Here I am. I said I wasn't going to talk about this, and I've ended up talking about it at quite some length. So I am going to wrap things up here, guys. as always, I really appreciate you all being here with me today, and the support that you've shown me over the last couple of years has been amazing. I really do appreciate it. It does mean the world to me. Yeah, and I'm going to take a break here. We'll see you guys again soon, somewhere in Azeroth, or maybe beyond. Who knows? Take care, everyone.